So I've been sitting here collecting a ton of XP and a ton of items, and I've realized something. We need storage. And not only do we need storage, we need shulker box storage. And not only do we need shulker box storage, but to get that, we need a shulker farm. Because see, I have a bit of a storage problem and the fact that I don't have a permanent storage system set up here yet, and everything's all mixed together. And if I AFK here for any long period of time, regular chests, they just aren't gonna do, at least not in easy fashion, especially with a quad mob farm. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make an amazing shulker breeder slash duplicator and shulker farm. And it's gonna be fun because we're gonna bring the shulkers from the end to the overworld. And I'm gonna do it live on stream here, but I'll cut in to give you guys some recordings along the way. If you wanna see the whole process though, you better watch my live streams, because if you're subscribed, which you should be, then you would know when I go live, because I go live here on YouTube. So there's gonna be some things that we're gonna need to bring with us since we are going to be bringing these shulkers back to the overworld. Now, you don't have to do it this way. If you want to, you can do all of the shulker stuff and leave it in the end. But I want to have it here. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to bring some things with me to do this. I'm going to bring myself a bunch of iron in case I need to make anything on the fly while I'm out there. I'm going to bring myself a bunch of wood. That way I can use that to make a platform for my rails to go on. And that should be it. Also, if you're doing this, you're probably going to want to make sure that you do not have thorns on any of your armor, because if you have thorns, when the shulker shells shoot you and hit you, the shulker box is going to take damage and he's going to teleport away. We don't want that to happen. So try to rid yourself of any thorns armor. Stream chat did advise me that some people like to use invisibility potions. I would rather keep all of my stuff on me because I know how I am and I'm going to fall and die. So we're just going to let them shoot me. And I think I have a plan that should hopefully work. So stick around and find out. So we're about to pop in the end here. And before we do, first of all, make sure you set your spawn in case you fall into the void and die, which hopefully that doesn't happen. You will pop back up here and you can easily go back in and hopefully retrieve your stuff. Now, before we hop in this portal, I want to show you the method I'm going to use here that's going to make this a little bit easier. Technically, the things we're going to do are the same. This is going to like drastically shorten how we're going to get these shulkers back home. And we're going to use chunk base. We're going to go to apps. We're going to click up at the top here for seed map app. We're going to have it set to our seed number, which mine is BGS3. We're going to set it to the proper version, and we're going to set our dimension to the end. And if I go here, it will show me all of the different things that can be shown or found in the end. And specifically what I'm looking for are these guys. These little ender pearls are end gateways. And I want to find an end gateway that's pretty close to an ancient city. What? That way I can easily get my shulkers to the end gateway and get them out. And taking a look here, I see one that's incredibly close. If I go over here, looks like we got some at coordinates -2100, -800. So assuming I haven't raided this one and emptied it out of shulkers already, that's where we're going to go. But before we jump in, let me tell you about today's sponsor, a mobile game from a franchise some of you may recognize. And that franchise is Warhammer. And the game is Warhammer Tacticus, which is based on the Warhammer 40K universe. Tacticus is a definitive tactical mobile game set in the grim darkness of the far future. As you battle the Tyranids, you will collect and can upgrade over 50 Warhammer 40K champions in quick battles as you play. And you can play anytime, anywhere in fast-paced PvE campaigns, or decide to have some competitive PvP battles, or create a guild and collaboratively battle some big and powerful bosses. You have many different game modes to choose from, including a storied campaign, arena versus either AI or PvP, Onslaught, which has you go against wave after wave of Tyranids, Salvage Run, which has you destroy loot boxes and waves of orcs and is a great way to get gear and materials, and Guild Boss, where you work with your guild mates to fight a big, difficult, and rewarding boss. Warhammer Tacticus is a live service game that is constantly being updated, adding new champions, enemy factions, missions, events, and more. And they're always actively listening to their community of gamers and implementing the feedback they get into the game to continue to make it fun for everyone to play. If you want to jump into this Warhammer 40K universe, be sure to click my link down below in the description and get started today. Let's go. Oh man, look at this gateway right here by the city. It does not get any better than this except for the 10,000 Endermen that are around it. But outside of that, it doesn't get much better than this. So my original plan of moving these shulkers and where to put them wasn't perfect and really didn't fully pan out, largely due to many bugs that exist in Bedrock Edition that I didn't know about at the time. So due to this, you will probably want to make this shulker farm right beside one of these end cities, or at most move them to the main end island. What you're gonna wanna do first is lay out the tracks starting from the area you want these shulkers to go to, then do the portion by the shulkers last. Try to use corners or place blocks down to keep shulkers from easily targeting you while you do this, and you must place the minecart directly beside the shulker for it to get inside of it. Now, doing this isn't easy. Potion of invisibility doesn't work. Shulkers and Endermen can both still target you, and we won't talk about the Enderman. Ow. Shoot. No! No! Why did it get me? Also, make sure you bring an ender chest with you, so if you die like an idiot like I did, you don't have to go all the way back to base just to get an ender chest so you can get elytra and your backup stuff. And what is supposed to happen is once you get the shulker in the minecart, if you just touch the cart, it should just start moving, hit your powered rails, and be on its way to its destination. But I found that there's some other bug here where the shulker just wouldn't move. But eventually we did find out that relogging fixed this. Now, if you're gonna move your shulkers like I am, you'll wanna put them in the end gateway, which will teleport them to the main end island. Just don't do like I did and let one suffocate inside of it. As soon as you get the shulker beside the gateway portal, you'll want to give the minecart a whack with your pickaxe. The minecart will break and the shulker will almost always go in and teleport to the main island. I say almost because sometimes they like to be difficult. Now, what you don't want to do is what my original plan was, take them to the overworld, because bugs in the game make this almost impossible. If you put the shulker in a minecart and drop it in the portal by the dragon perch, the shulker will go to the overworld, but it's going to appear 32,768 blocks in the air. What? Yeah, and then you'll have to fly that high to go find it, then relog your world, and it'll appear 512 blocks in the air. At which point you would have to figure out how to get it down, and you can't build that high, so that option is out. So instead, I have a different plan. My recommendation to you will either be to A, build a shulker farm where you find the shulkers at, like build it at an end city, or B, you could do like me. I actually like the idea of having it here at the end island. That way, if I want to use the shulker farm again, I don't have to fly multiple thousands of blocks out just to use the farm. I could just teleport here to the end and I'm good. So with that being the case, we don't want to put our shulker farm out here in the middle of the end island because it'll get deleted by the dragon. So instead, since the shulkers are out here anyways, we're going to build the breeder probably somewhere right over here. And then we'll build the farm itself somewhere right here. And all the steps for you guys, it'll be pretty much the same as what I'm doing here. Just do it at the center island or do it beside an end city, whichever way you prefer. Let's get this ball rolling. I need to collect some materials. Okay, if you're following along with this build, this is roughly what you're gonna need. I didn't count things out exactly, but you're gonna want a few stacks of rails. You need 16 sticky pistons. You're gonna want some redstone dust, so I'm bringing some blocks here. A decent amount of building blocks, several stacks of glass as well. I brought some iron blocks so we can make some mine carts. We're gonna need, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 of those, something around there. Way to power your stuff, some hoppers, some chests, scaffolding to do some building, some redstone repeaters. Again, this isn't an exact science. I'll do an exact tutorial on this later, but we're gonna take this stuff into the end with us. To make it a little bit easier to get to the end, I did set up a new nether portal down here. All right, let's test and make sure it links up properly. Ow, what the heck? All right, let's try going the other way. Yes, all right, and we're good. You guys let me know. Should we do a like nether hub building episode 2? Comment section below. Let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing sometime in the near future, or do I just keep running down these garbage looking hallways? And if my calculations are correct, this should take us to the portal by the end portal, which it does. Awesome. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to select the location where like the base of the farm itself and the collection is going to be. That's the largest part. So that's what we're going to accomplish here first. Make sure you're always careful while you're out here. You may want to wear one of those little pumpkin helmets. I'm just wearing my armor right now, so I should be fine. We're going to start with pretty like basic or simple chest system. Obviously, we don't need to do any sorting. I don't see myself getting a whole ton of shulkers. I just want to have them available for when I get them, right? So let's see. Let's start, I guess, at a higher spot, but I don't want to be too close to these guys. Actually, I guess let's go like out here, maybe. Maybe this will be good. So we're going to put down 1, 2, think 3 chests will probably be good. 1, 2, 3. Hopper going forward and a hopper facing down. Okay, that should be good. Storage done. Next, let's grab our blocks for our platform. This platform is going to be pretty simple, a little bit on the large side, just because we need to make sure that we get all of the drops. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all of my solid blocks here. And we're going to start from here. We're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're going to go out 8 blocks on each side. Then we're going to put a ring around that is 4 blocks like this. And then we'll have the border that goes around that. So go ahead, 8 blocks out on each side, go up 1, go out 4 blocks, go up 1, and that's your border. Okay, and this is what you should end up with. We're actually gonna put I need to do 3 blocks over here in the corners like this. That way we can make sure our water sources up here do not combine together and just give us a nice clean flow of water and make setting all the water up very easy. Now we're going to make our water sources by just going here, skipping a block, going here. Now we have a water source block there in the middle. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, we're gonna have to actually put down some temporary blocks to block all this off so we can more easily do the water sources around. Okay, there we go. Now everything's being made into a water source. Again, those blocks are temporary just so we can pretty quickly and easily do this. I did forget to bring ice to do this with ice, but it's fine. This works just as well. Okay, once all the water sources in, now we'll go through and break all of these blocks right here, the temporary blocks. And what you should have / end up with is this. This platform total is 27 blocks wide each way from end to end. Okay, next thing is we want to make sure that our platform that we build up above here to AFK at, and then after that build all of our other little stations where our shulkers are going to go, is far enough above this to where the shulkers cannot teleport down here. And the shulkers can teleport, I think it's 8 blocks vertically, but I always like to round up, because you never know what kind of crazy stuff can happen. So we're gonna say 10 blocks vertically. We're at Y level 69 right here from the highest point of this platform. So we're just gonna go plus 10 to that is Y level 79. We'll just go up 1 more and just round it up to Y level 80. And we're gonna do that from the center right here. We will not be leaving this here permanently. We will have a different way, I believe, to get in here. But for now, we'll go up to Y level 80. Right here should do the trick, and I totally forgot to get my glass that we need. Bruh. Now, everywhere up here that we do not want shulkers to be able to teleport to, we need to do one of 2 things. We either need to make it out of glass, that way shulkers can't teleport to it, they will not teleport to glass, or we need to make it like we can use a regular block, but we have to cover it with buttons. In my case here, I think I'm just going to use glass. That way I can kind of look down at the farm and see what type of things are going on down below me. Now we're going to keep this platform a pretty minimum size. And as far as like getting up here to do my AFKing, I think we'll probably just fly up here. I don't know if I'll build a like permanent way to get up here or not. We can't do it. Could we do it this way? I don't think they'll teleport to scaffolding. If we have this here, will items still go into the system? They will, right? It's slightly annoying to have to like walk through the water, but that's not bad. You know what? We're going to try this out. We also are going to take some armor stands up here. We need 8 of them specifically, because one cool thing is shulker bullets will hit armor stands and not hit you, the player. So we can become a target for all of the shulker bullets, yet take none of the risk of those shulker bullets actually hitting us. What I'm going to do though, these armor stands will float away, is I'm going to build up here, and we're just going to build a little glass platform right up here, which will keep the armor stands from eventually floating away once they get hit by those shulker bullets. So this is our setup right here. Okay, next thing we need to do is put where our shulkers are going to eventually go. I'm actually going to get away up here because we're going to do some measurements from here. And I think what I want to do is put like one of the more populated sides over here. So we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 spaces here. We're going to have 1 space right here. We're going to mark this with buttons. Then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 gaps in between. And we're going to put buttons right here. And we're going to put them on all of the sides, only leaving the bottom exposed. Now next, from this first one right here, actually I probably should not have put this button here yet, because we need to go from here. We need to count over 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4 out both ways, because we're gonna have another pod right here. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna put buttons here. And you may be noticing a pattern emerge. That pattern that's emerging is the fact that we keep counting out 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. We keep counting out 4 blocks. Why? Because the way the shulker duplication works is if we have a shulker on the bottom of this block and a shulker on the bottom of this block, and one kills the other with the shulker bullet, if there are only these 2 shulkers within a 4 block, like horizontal, and 8 blocks vertical, a new shulker will appear 100% of the time. So with the proper amount of spacing, we can make sure that we always 100% of the time get a duplicated shulker. Now, please make sure that you do get buttons on all surfaces, because if you don't, then your shulkers are going to appear somewhere up here and it's going to be a big headache for you to fix it. And on this side, you're going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And on these last 2, like we've done before, go ahead and put these buttons right here. Knock this block out, put a button right there, and you can take the rest of those blocks out, and we're going to repeat that on the opposite side there. And then I will explain a little further why we have this layout and size the way we do. Now, why did we use this layout? Why did we space things out like this is the question. The reason why is because of how far away shulkers can target the player. Shulkers can target the player, at least from my estimation, 10 blocks out, which that far block right there is 10 blocks away from this center block right here. You put a shulker out 1 block further, he won't target you. And then I kind of traced around and found the size of the zone. It's not a 10 by 10 square around the player. It's actually more of like a circular shape. So what I did was I crammed as many like pairs of these spots for shulkers to fit in as I felt like I could, to keep them all at least 4 blocks away from each other and keep them all to where the back shulker was able to shoot at me. And this is what we came up with. And this gave us a total of 10 pairs of shulkers. So we will need to have 20 shulkers over here. We only brought 2 shulkers over here, and bringing 20 shulkers anywhere is a real pain in the butt. So to go along with this, what do we need? We need a shulker breeder duplicator thing. And I've designed one of those too. All right, so next, that spawning platform. So what we need to do is we need to build out here. Again, we're gonna be using glass because we don't want these shulkers to attach to anything that we don't want them to attach to. And ultimately, we really just need to go maybe about, we probably don't even need to go this far, but I'm gonna play it safe. We're going to just kind of like clear this platform right here. We're gonna go out at least like 4 blocks from here, maybe a couple extra. I think we'll go out extra like, let's see, 1, 2, 3 from the edge here. Now, once you come out those 3 blocks, give yourself a little like glass like gap right here that you're gonna need. We're gonna want like 3 blocks here in the middle. There's gonna be stuff that goes here in the middle. I just looked at that Enderman. He's coming for me. Can he teleport to glass? We're gonna pretend like he can't until he knocks me off. Now we're gonna place a temporary block right here, and we're gonna put a solid block there and go out 1, 2, 3 this way, and then 9 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we're just gonna make a little platform. This is a 3 by 9 platform. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, put down a temporary block right here. Honestly, that block might not end up being temporary in the end. We'll see. We're gonna put down 1, 2, and 3, and go out to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now solid block's gonna go here, skip 2, here, skip 2, and here. And actually, we do need to make a rail track, so maybe we'll just do that right now. We're gonna have rails eventually come across here and across here. They'll lead to the middle, and then they will eventually lead these shulkers out here, and then we'll need to bring them over to all of these little like areas where, oh, we're out of glass. We need to get them close to this one as well. Just kind of build out here. Boom. And this doesn't have to be an exact science. It's just going to get me rails close to all these platforms. So as we start to move these shulkers in, we can break mine carts and then get them to bloop, just appear right up there where we want them to. Hopefully that's what they should do. Bloop. Okay, next we're going to need what's going to be our AFK like platform area. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put glass blocks here, a little 3x3 of glass blocks here. I'm going to go 1 space over, 2 spaces over, 3 spaces over. I think that's about where we want to be. And then we're going to put up some walls here, 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 and then our little roof over top of our heads as well, like this. And then we are going to want to be able to back out of here a ways, because we are going to end up having a shulker about right there on this level. So we need to go over at least like 10 blocks back to keep this shulker from shooting at us for certain periods of time. So if we count, this block is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll just go a couple extra just to give ourselves a little bit of room. And I guess just to make sure we don't fall off of this thing, we'll just make all of this like this. And then maybe this will be our official way up, is we'll just put scaffolding right here and we'll just be able to easily get up right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the pistons that we need. So 1 row of pistons goes right here. And actually we need to take these guys right here out. We need to put a piston here, 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 and here. So you kind of see this is in line with that last row of blocks, and we have a little circle of pistons. And we're going to put glass blocks around it like this, and a solid block in the center. One of our shulkers, dude's going to sit right here. And then these glass blocks will be able to flip a switch, push them up, and block this shulker from being able to shoot at us. So basically when we turn this guy off, we don't have to worry about, when we're doing stuff over here, to send off our shulkers from this area of getting shot by this guy. Next, just like we did those pistons over there, we're going to do the same thing right here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. A little circle of pistons here. We could put a glass block in the center. And then right here, we're going to put a bottom slab, not a top slab. Make sure it's a bottom slab, because we're going to set a minecart with a shulker is going to sit right in here. And that dude right there, he's the dude that's going to be duplicated. Next, we're going to come over here. We're going to drop in 3 pieces of glass here and here just to fill in that little gap. We're going to place our armor stand right here, where again, it has a like solid block above it. So when it gets hit, it will not float away. Our AFK spot's going to be right here. I think right about here, we're going to put a solid block, because we're going to need to get power from this. Now, to get that power, we're going to bring a couple of, I need to be able to get below there, couple glass blocks below. We're going to get hit by an Enderman while we're in the air. That Enderman's going to attack us. This is not good. We're maybe going to die. We're going to eat before he comes and gets us again. Woo. Okay. Thank God there's that bug that keeps the Enderman from continuing to attack you. Anyways, as I was stating, when we give that block power, it will power redstone dust right there, because the redstone dust is in that like same block space below. So what we should be able to do is run redstone across here. And I realized I put these 1 block too high. Let me put a block right there temporarily. Just remove all this glass. All right, get the pistons in the right spot now. Now I can put the glass back on top of it. That looks better. Now what I could do is run glass all the way around and put some temporary blocks here just to help me get around. And then we also need to power these, which I think we'll do by putting solid blocks here, putting glass there. Temporarily working our way in. Repeater, repeater, repeater. Glass, glass, glass. And then we need to get power to these. I think we do that by getting rid of that glass there. this glass here. And then this redstone dust we'll end up bringing, I think, over and across up here. Like that. Yeah. All right, here. Let me show you guys how this all hooks up. I know it looks like a mess now, but it should make sense here in a second. Oh, ow. Push button on a lever. This gets power. Power goes up here. Powers all of these pistons. All the way around. Now that power should make its way all the way over here. We'll double check it and make sure here in a moment. Then that power comes from here. Travels up. Travels across. This needs to go. And hits all of those pistons. And we will know if this works by grabbing a lever, placing it right here, flipping it. And if it works, all of the, yes, it works. This is awesome. Okay, so we need a couple of other things. We're going to have a shulker. Actually, I don't think we need anything above him or above him. I think in terms of like the structure of everything, this is more or less it. Now we need to block some spawning spots and we need to take down some temporary blocks. So first of all, we don't want a shulker appearing on the back of any of these. It's okay if he appears on the side or any of these blocks right here, because we're going to have mine carts there and the mine carts will pick them up. We do not want shulkers getting on the sides of any of these blocks. You have to make sure you do this extremely well. Don't worry, that redstone will block them there and there. I think we're all good here. That one's blocked, so that one's fine. Now let's build up about right here. We don't need any of this. Don't need any of this. And then all of this, anywhere down here, all of this needs buttons on it. All of it. And like me, when you run out of buttons, go get yourself some more. Oh, and also they can stick to the bottoms of pistons, so you might want to cover those up with buttons as well. Even this little inside area, they can get on any of this. They can't get on the glass. They can't get on something where another, like the block is occupied by something else like redstone dust, but they will get on this other stuff. So make sure that you don't miss any holes. And once you're actually running this farm, if you find that where did my shulker go? You probably know your answer. You missed a spot somewhere. Just go look for him. And now the next thing you're going to want to do is what I've done here. We need to fill the rest of the slots here. Now we got a powered rail and a standard rail coming out of each one of these. And then I put buttons temporarily on all of these otherwise spots that we want the shulker to spawn on, because we don't want any spawnable spots, any like spots that the shulker box can attach to, other than the actual spots we intend them to attach to, which one is there. And one will be actually not that block, but it'll be above that block, where we'll put a rail there. We'll break the block and let it drop down inside of a mine cart on top of that block. So those two spots, that's all we want. That's it. We don't want anywhere else. I don't even want them on the side of this thing. We're only going to give them the two spots that we want, and it should make this work nice and easily. I've even covered these two right here. I don't think the shulker from here will teleport to there, but it might. So just to be safe, we'll cover those two bottom ones too. Now, the moment you all been waiting for, I need to move the two shulkers over here, and then we'll need to go through the breeding process. And just because everybody will find this fun, I'm going to do it in live stream format, and I'll record a couple of intentional bits for you guys along the way, but you'll probably want to go check out this live stream replay. Odds are it's going to be interesting. All right, I'm here with the live stream right now, and I've laid down some rails just to take my shulker dude up here. And to make my life a little bit easier, I actually blocked him off so he hopefully couldn't shoot me. It did work. And I'm thinking the second I put a minecart down here, he should just appear inside of it. So if I turn this on and I place this minecart here, he should make his way topside. Oh no. Oh no, it didn't work. Bump. Yes. Okay. We got him. All right. And now that we have him in here, I want him to stay in that cart. So we should just need to break this. Yep. He dropped down. I dropped down apparently. And I think now if I go in here and do this, he should not be able to hit me now. Like if I break this. Oh, wait. No. That's not supposed to happen. Oh no. Why can he hit me? Oh, my plan is not working. All right, so we had to make a slight change to this because whatever I did in creative didn't work anymore. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it's okay. Luckily, I was here in stream. I had Papa Smurf help me out, and we can use target blocks instead. So what I did was I raised the pistons by 1 block. That's it. And then I'm gonna put target blocks underneath them, just like this. And that's it. That's all I got to do. That easy. Okay, so what should happen is he can shoot me right now. Yep, he's able to target me. If I flip this switch, he can no longer target anymore. So we got one dude in place. We just need to get the other one now. It wasn't that hard. Okay, moment of truth is about to happen here, guys. So here's how this whole process is going to work. And here's how some of the mechanics of this works. I think I kind of explained a little bit earlier, but we're going to explain one more time. These dudes right here, they can duplicate 2 different ways. They can duplicate upon getting hit by a shulker bullet. There's a small percentage chance of that happening. Or if there's only 2 shulkers within a 4-block distance of each other, which these guys are 4 blocks apart, then they will duplicate 100% of the time. So if this guy just dies, a new shulker will appear in its place in that minecart most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. He doesn't get snagged by the minecart, and he may appear in one of these slots over here. If that happens, it'll be a little bit of a pain in the butt. We'll have to deal with it. It is what it is. Otherwise, though, sometimes when he gets hit, a shulker will appear, and it will only be able to appear in these spots because these are the only spots we have available for a shulker to appear in. Every other spot is blocked, all of them. So we should be good to go. We will put mine carts in all of these slots there, and we will put mine carts in all of these slots here. So when a shulker appears in any of these spots, they will automatically get sucked up by the minecart. I will push the button and we will send him on his way. Now I have plotted quite the maze here, but basically what will happen is these guys, they're going to travel all the way around. And the way that I've done it here is they're gonna stop the end of the line right here. Once I get one here, I break the minecart, he'll pop up to these spots right here, at least he should. I'll bring another one over, I'll break the minecart, he'll pop up here, and they can't shoot me because I've put this glass around here as a protector. That means I'll be able to freely travel around without getting shot by 1,000 shulker bullets. And then we'll break all of this down as we go and we get the shulkers in place. As you can see right now, we have our lever enabled. So whenever I hit this lever, these pistons, they will extend down. This shulker and this shulker will be able to target me when I'm standing right here. Now, if I want that shulker in the back to stop shooting the shulker in the front, all I gotta do is take a couple steps back and he won't be able to target me anymore. And then if I want that shulker to also not be able to target me, I can step back a little bit further back here. I don't think I'll need to do that, but I'm just saying that's why I measured it out this way so I can if I need to. Otherwise, I just put this up and the shulkers cannot shoot anymore. Now, what we're gonna be doing, this is a manual process. I'm gonna be watching this guy shoot this guy, and at some point a shulker should appear somewhere in here and into a minecart, at which point we'll have to quickly hit the lever so this dude doesn't get killed because we don't need him to get killed at that point. And then we'll have a shulker on one of these, we'll come over, we'll press the button, and on his way he will go. So let's actually test this process now. Moment of truth. You see this armor stand is getting hit by the bullets, so it's floating up, but I have that glass block up there to prevent it from floating away. And we're just keeping an eye out. Hopefully, God, I really hope he appears back on that spot. He did not. Okay, like I said, that's gonna happen sometimes and it's really annoying. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to go through the headache of getting him back up there. Okay, so I got some interesting things that we can do to get this thing working properly. All we need to do is we need to put a rail right here. We're gonna get off to the side here so hopefully it doesn't shoot me. And to break this. We need to put a rail right here, and we need to put a second minecart in this slot. Once we have a second minecart in this slot, we do not any longer have to worry about this shulker teleporting out when he gets duplicated. So let's put a cart right there, bump it in.
Nope.
Oh, I should have put the other cart in first and then put him in. All right, I think what we're gonna have to do is just let him duplicate again to just get him out. It's probably the easiest way to just get him out, honestly. Okay. So we're gonna get the cart in here first, cart in, and we're gonna work from this side, right? So we'll put a block here and a block here, like this, and hopefully it goes in. All right, This should work. Should work. Please cross your fingers. We got it. He's in. All right, guys, it's game time now. Victory! Oh, look. Wow, he duplicated quick. All right, we're waiting for him to teleport. Now. Okay, there we go. All right, teleport. Are you not going to teleport? You're just going to sit on the glass. Really? I can solve that. Little punch. Let me grab this cart. All right, let's do it again. And basically, we just have to do this till we fill the farm, guys.
2 hours later.
And while my stream has come to an end because my internet died, I have finished. This thing is done. Let's hop down. Ow. And at least the way that I have to get up here is just simply to go up here like this. We come in through here and we just climb our way up, and hopefully those guys don't smack us on our way up. They're gonna try to. There we go. Awesome. So this is the farm right here, guys. You just sit in the center and that's all you got to do. We have shulkers all around us. And actually, one shortcut I found in stream is that, or thanks to Glenn, I think, in stream, I think it was Glenn, told me, hey, like, once you just get a few in here, like, why don't you let them just repopulate themselves? So that's what we did. I think I had like 7 or 8 or something up here already. And I just came up here, stood for a little while. And before I knew it, they had populated all the way. You're probably going to want to have at least 8 to do that are in the same area as each other, because if you have too few, they might teleport around a little bit and then not be able to hit each other anymore. So that would be my advice. But this thing is working now. And not only is it working, I sat here long enough to eat a lunch. And look at that. It's working. It is working really good. Oh man, this thing is so awesome. I'm going to AFK it like overnight probably, and I'll probably have all the shulker shells that I need. Now, something that you can keep in mind though is you might not need to make yours this big, and that's fine. You can just bring 2 shulkers over and just have them duplicate each other if you only need a little bit. But if you need a lot of shulkers, this thing is awesome. And if you would like to see a tutorial, an actual tutorial on how to make this work, you need to drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you're interested in that. If so, I will make a totally separate, like, normal tutorial for this. It's probably a little bit easier to follow along step by step than me doing this whole thing in survival. And I appreciate you guys watching this one. If you did enjoy it, click the like button. Make sure that if you're not subscribed to the channel, you find that subscribe button down there and click it. There's a notification bell. Turn it to always on. Now that I'm streaming games here and putting out videos for games here other than Minecraft, you may notice that you're getting less Minecraft notifications. So make sure your notifications are turned to always on. I thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.